it's Karen from Bobblehead Knits. It is Thursday, October 26th. This is one of my regular vlogs. Sorry, I'm looking out the window and it is super foggy and cold here, and someone has the fire pit on. It looks so inviting. I'm gonna have to go out there soon. All right, welcome to everybody who is new here. We've had a lot of new subscribers, and I'm really grateful for that. I love that people are discovering my vlog, and I hope you stick around. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps me. It doesn't cost you anything. What else? Oh, to everyone else who's been here for a while, welcome back. Let's just jump right in. So I am wearing my Penguono today. It is short sleeve, and it's a little chilly here today in Denver. It's about 60 degrees. Okay, well, it's supposed to be 60 degrees, but it's really not. It's a lot colder. So I don't know that I'll keep this on all day. I might have to go with something a little longer, but we'll see. I did decide to use this clasp that I got from Jewel Designs. It's Jul, and it is beautiful. Let me show you how it works. It just has a little part that pops in, pops out. So, all right. And I flashed my boobs at you. Sorry, not really. I mean, I didn't really flash my boobs at you. Okay, this is kind of all over the place. I've been doing Vlogtober daily, so I'm, I guess, just delirious from that. Okay, it is Thursday, as I said. You probably won't see this until Saturday, so maybe sooner, maybe Friday, we'll see. For those of you who haven't been following along with my Vlogtober, I am having my hand surgery tomorrow, in theory, knock on wood. Last week I was supposed to have it on Tuesday, and this is for trigger finger. I have a hard time bending my fingers on my right hand, and I'm right-handed. I was supposed to have it last week, and an hour before I was supposed to go, they called and said something, some equipment was malfunctioning, so they couldn't do the surgery. So they rescheduled for tomorrow. So I'm hoping all goes as planned and that we are able to do it this time, because I can't be without a hand forever, basically. I realized yesterday that I really can't, like, I can do this with all my fingers except for this one. Like, that's as far as it's gonna go. So, okay, let's get back to the knitting content, because I know that's why you're here. Finished objects, because this was actually a finished object, the last vlog. I just hadn't really shown it to you, so. I have two finished objects, one of which I cannot show you because I've already given it to the recipient. I will pop a picture there somewhere, I don't know. This is a pumpkin hat that I made for my grandson Atticus. The pattern is Jill Albert Allen, and it's on Ravelry. It is a paid pattern. It is knit with Loopin' Threads yarn, which I didn't want to pay like high, you know, I didn't want to pay for like hand dyed yarn for this hat, because it was a hat he's gonna wear for, you know, a couple weeks and that's it. So I went to Michael's and got Loopin' Thread. I've never knit with this before. I got two different kinds. This one is the Soft Classic yarn. It's the orange, also known as Cheeto orange or safety orange in our house. I did not enjoy knitting with this. I have a lot left over, as you can see. I have about, let's see. Well, I used about I want to say, well, 42 grams. So like 75 yards of this, not very much. So I will probably use this next winter or next fall and knit a pumpkin just to use it all up, knit a really big stuffed pumpkin. But it is a very, not really stretchy yarn, very stiff. I also kept finding these little, I can't really show you, I just picked one off, but these little blue fibers, you can kind of see it there, like throughout this. It was like, what is this doing in here? I mean, it's mass produced in a, you know, commercial factory, so things are gonna get in it, right? But yeah, you can kind of see a little bit there, but I mean, that's a very small example. There are like big streaks of it throughout. So I wasn't too thrilled with that. But more importantly, it's just not very, it's not soft. It's not anything comfortable to knit with. So I have a lot of that left. I have even more of the green, which is Loops and Thread Impeccable. This yarn, I only use like 2 grams, so like 4 yards basically. I'm looking over here because my iPad's there. I actually, this yarn was okay to knit with. I felt like if I have to knit with this yarn, I'm gonna, the Impeccable one is the one I want to use. So this is the Guacamole colorway. I decided because I had so much of this left and I really wanted to knit Atticus a Christmas hat, I decided to go ahead and order this same yarn in white and red. It's coming from Michaels. Yarn is very affordable. It's like, I think I paid like $4 per skein. So yeah, I have those 2 skeins coming. I'm gonna knit him a Christmas hat. I was up in the air about knitting a hat for him for every holiday. I actually had wanted to, but I thought, oh, my son and daughter-in-law are gonna think I'm crazy. But then my daughter-in-law asked me to knit Atticus a Halloween hat, so I was like, well, that opens the door to knit a Christmas hat. I'm not gonna knit a Thanksgiving hat because I don't have time before my surgery, but I think that I will be able to knit again soon enough that I can get the Halloween hat, the Christmas hat done before December. So the yarn should be coming any day now. So I have also, let me see. Okay, well, I don't know where it went, but I was going to show you. Okay, we'll just skip that part. May cut that out, we'll see. The other thing, okay, so that was one finished object. I gave it to him. He came over. We weren't expecting to see him till this weekend, but his mom needed someone to watch him, so we watched him the other day, and I tried it on him. It fit perfectly, so he is going to wear it. They are doing they're carving a pumpkin Saturday and sticking him in it wearing the hat. I would keep an eye, if you want to see that, keep an eye on the Vlogtober, daily Vlogtober is probably Sunday, you'll see it, because we're gonna go over and I'm gonna try, if I'm feeling well enough, I'm gonna try to record it. So probably screaming baby in a pumpkin is what you're gonna get. Okay, so that was finished object number 1, and that was not really on my radar earlier this week, but or last week, but she asked me this weekend, and at first I was like, no, I don't have time to do that. I've got a lot of things to knit before Friday and a lot of work to do. And then minutes later I was like, I can't say no to Atticus, to my grandbaby. So I went ahead and knit it up, and it took about a day, and that was it. I mean, it was a really fast knit. So all right, next finished object. These are my entry for October. Is the Crazy Spooky Mal from Kay at the Crazy Sock Lady, and the Spooky Feet Mal for Alex, Danny, I can't remember the other person who's sponsoring it, at My Yarny Corner. So these are my entry. These are vanilla socks using the pattern by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. Yeah. And the yarn is Blue Barn Fiber. It is meant for a sign pulling project, but I didn't use it as such. The heels and toes are actually Sin City Knits, the store in Las Vegas. This is some yarn that they dyed, and I just had some minis that I used for it. So this is 64 stitches knit on US 1, so 2.25 millimeter needles. I knit them for my husband. He says they fit fine. I feel like there's no way his feet, like his diameter of his feet and leg, they're not the same as mine. So I'm questioning if they really do fit fine or he's just appeasing me. So, but he loves them. And I told him he wants them to wear this weekend. So I was like, I'll do the vlog and then you can have them. So he is anxiously awaiting these. I have a very small ball of the heels and toes left. I mean, it's like maybe 5 grams, if even that. And then I have this much of the main color left. So this is about 30 grams. So yeah, hang on to that. The yarn is, it's not glow in the dark. I took it in the closet, turned the lights off, and was gonna record a little something. Nothing happened. It did not glow. So that's why you're not seeing video of that. But it is supposed to be, like if you put it under a blue light, it like does glow or does something, I don't know. I don't have a blue light, so I couldn't try it. So I told my husband to take himself to a rave this weekend and see what happens. So hang on one second. I'm drinking coffee from down the street. I will tell you in a bit why. All right, so that's all I have as far as finished objects. As far as whips, the only thing that I am currently knitting on, and I'm not gonna get it done, and I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert here, on the off chance that you have not seen Clue 1 of the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. So here is my Clue 1, hang on. I am very close to be done with Clue 1. Of course, I've been saying that for weeks. I really love these colors. I was like, these aren't really my colors, but the more I knit on it, the more I like it. So, very happy with these. And I have to finish this round, and then I have one more round, and then I am done with it, and I can jump to Clue 2. So my goal today is to get through it and at least get started on Clue 2. And I will have a couple hours of knitting time tomorrow, so you know, I still won't get done, but at least I will advance a little bit, and then it's gonna just sit until I'm okay enough to knit. So, and I'm not really sure how long that will be. Last year I had this same surgery on these 2 fingers, and I actually was knitting fairly quickly, like fairly soon after, because really I only need this finger to knit with, and this is the finger that they're doing along with this one this time. So I don't know that I will be able to really get back to that anytime soon, or to get back to any knitting. So, all right, so that's it as far as whips. I have a sweater in my Boho Shrug. I have a Spectre sweater in my Boho Shrug, which are on the needles, but I haven't knit on them in well over a month. And I would like to get back to the Spectre sweater also as soon as I'm able to knit again. So let's just like get into future plans because I guess we're there. So yes, once I'm able to knit, I'm gonna start working on the MCAL, and you all, most of you who are participating will be done. Actually, I'm Team Sloth, and I know there's a lot of other Team Sloth members out there, and that's fine. We're the best team because we're just kind of embracing our pace and going, yeah, whatever, you know. So I will be right there with you. I also want to get back to my Spectre sweater, which I was originally doing for the Joji Locatelli Fall Knit Along, but I realized after getting everything done, getting my surgery scheduled and just starting to knit that sweater and a few other things, that I was not going to finish it by the end of November. So it is also a project that I will pick up as soon as I'm able to. And then the other project, well, the Boho Shrug, which I don't know, I've kind of lost interest with it, but I feel like I should finish it because otherwise, what am I going to do with that yarn? So I don't know. I will probably finish it. I feel like it's one of those, I'm just kind of torn on what to do. I mean, I'm not so far into it that I couldn't just pull it out, but I also am like, I should just finish. So, yeah, we'll see though. It's one of those things I think I will revisit when I'm back to knitting and really take a hard look at it and decide, you know, is this something I want to do or just shelve it? So that's where I am. The other thing, so I have that yarn coming for Atticus's hat, so that is most definitely a priority once I'm able to knit. The other thing that's a priority, and I'm actually gonna wind the yarn for it today, is for a pair of Christmas socks for myself. So I've got this mustache yarn, self-striping yarn, and then I got this little mini, and I'm gonna do some socks for Christmas. And I'm sure there's some sock knit-alongs coming up for the holidays, and I will probably be able to participate in some. I decided I would go ahead and wind up the yarn though, because at the end of next week, I am going on a trip and I'll be gone for 10 days. And I don't know if I will be able to knit by then, but I like to bring socks on trips because they're small and easy to carry and knit on. And so assuming that I can, well, I'm hoping that by like a week out that I can knit a little bit. And so I'm gonna wind up the yarn today so I don't have to worry about it. And then hopefully we'll be able to take it with me. So, so that's future knitting plans. All right, acquisitions, I have none. I think this is the first time I've not had any acquisitions. It's a miracle. That doesn't mean I didn't buy anything. It just means the postman hasn't delivered yet. So I do have that yarn coming for Atticus's hat. I also have, I ordered some yarn from Jude at Stranded Dye Works, the red velvet colorway, and I'm really excited to get that because I'm toying with getting a sweater's quantity of that, but I wanted to see the actual colorway in person, so I ordered it, and it should be here any day now. So I did get my second part of my Advent calendar. So I had ordered an Advent calendar, well, 2 Advents from Hannah at Corner of Craft, the Corner of Craft. So she was doing a jewel tone colorway this year. And so I ordered her weekly calendar, so there's 4 100-gram skeins of yarn that came with that. And I'd gotten that a few weeks back, and then this week I got the daily, and I also, as part of the daily, I got an extra 100-gram skein. So if you go back and watch if you want to see it. There's nothing really to see because it's all wrapped up, but I opened them as part of Vlogtober. So I guess that's it as far as the knitting stuff. This is the shortest regular knitting vlog I've done, but I figured I would do it because some of you don't watch Vlogtober, like the daily editions, and that's fine, I understand that. I will probably do really short episodes for Vlogmas, just so that I can open the advent calendars, you know, for the on camera, basically. So I do plan on doing something like that. I don't know, you know, what else I'll do. Doing the longer episodes, taking you along with me and stuff every day, it's fine. I just don't have that interesting of a life. So bravo to all of you who have been watching every one of these. My God, you know, I'm like, there's so many more interesting people out there. But thank you. All right, so that's all the knitting stuff I have to talk about. If you don't want to hear about live stuff, I will see you at the next regular vlog. And if you are sticking around, we're gonna talk a little life stuff. So, all right, it is Thursday. I actually was supposed to work today. And yesterday I was like, I really just want to take the day off and do things that require using two hands. So mainly knitting, because I know I'm not going to be able to for a while. So speaking of which, hang on one second. I'm going to put my knitting out, well, for this part of it. I'm knitting on my MCal. I decided to take the day off. Like, I was kind of up in the air last night, and then this morning I woke up and was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So I went over, rather than sit at home and knit, I went to the coffee shop down the street, knit there for a while, got my coffee. That's why I have coffee from down the street. And after I do this, I'm gonna go edit this video. I'm gonna do a bunch of errand, like not really errand things, just things around the house that I know I'm not gonna be able to do. So I'm gonna take care of those things. I do have an appointment later, so I have to go to PT for my neck, so I'm gonna be out later. So yeah, that's the main reason why today I decided to film this. And then what else? I'm trying to think. We've not really been doing anything out of the usual. It's just been a lot of working and spending time with Atticus, and he did get his 6-month vaccines this week, plus he got a COVID shot and the flu shot, so he was feeling pretty blech yesterday and apparently slept most of the day, and I'm waiting to hear if he slept at all last night, because you know how that can be. So he came over briefly on the day he got his shots, and I felt so bad for the little guy. So we're gonna see him Saturday. I kind of want to go see him today because I have two hands, I can, you know, hold them properly and all, but we'll see. I've got a lot going on, so we'll see about that. What else? Oh, so next week we are going. I had bought my husband for his birthday tickets, airline tickets to go to Washington, D.C. and Alabama via Atlanta. My husband's writing a book and he needs research time, and those are the two places he's got to go do some research. And he was putting it off, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy these tickets and give them to him as a gift. So that's what I did. So next Friday, we are gonna fly to Washington, D.C. We spend like 4 days, something like that, 4 or 5 days in Washington, D.C. And he's got a bunch of research things he's gotta do. And I'm just along for the ride, basically. There will be some yarn store visits. Then on, I wanna say Wednesday or so, we fly to Atlanta We're gonna spend probably not a whole lot of time up front in Atlanta. We're gonna rent a car, drive to Alabama, to Mobile and Montgomery, I believe. Is that right? I don't know. No, Birmingham. I don't know. I'm just along for the ride, as I said. Then we'll go back to Atlanta, spend a few days or a day or so there. Then we have to fly back to Washington to do the trip back to Denver. So we'll be gone about 10 days, and I'm looking forward to just being on that East Coast for fall, because I mean, Colorado is beautiful for fall, but I like the East Coast during this time of year. So yeah, so that was not supposed to coincide with my surgery, but it is. So we are gonna have to make a few adjustments because I won't be able to use my hand and all, but my husband said he would carry my bag for me, so nice guy that he is. So yeah, we have that coming up. I'm trying to think what else. We have one night, well, actually on Thursday night before we leave, we're gonna watch Atticus and his nephew, or his cousin, sorry, nephew, his cousin. His uncle on his mom's side is in a band, and they are opening for, I can't remember, it's some big band that they're opening for in a concert in Denver. And so his mom and aunt are going. His dad is, our son is not gonna go because he's gonna be in Atlanta for a meeting, so he will miss it, but they needed an evening babysitter, so we'll be doing that and just helping them out the day before we go on our own trip. So what else is going on? Not much. Cold. It's supposed to snow this weekend. I don't know if I'm ready for the snow, but I am ready for cooler weather. I mean, it was like 80 some degrees last weekend, 85 degrees over the weekend, and I was wearing shorts up until yesterday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to cooler weather. So all right, reading and watching. While we were in between vlogging and all that, my husband and I watched The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix. It's a horror show. It was so good. I mean, we watched it every night. It was like riveting. So if you get if you have Netflix and you get the chance, I would watch it. It's not like so scary that, you know, it's not like watching a horror movie, but it is, there are some scary parts. So yeah, so we watched that. And then reading, just yesterday I finished, hang on, let me get the name of it so I tell you the right thing. I've been reading this for a while, and I finally was like, you know, I really need to finish reading some books, because otherwise I'm not gonna make my Goodreads goal of 52 books read in the year. So I finished this book last night. It's Happy Place by Emily Henry, and people have said it's one of the best books of this year. I don't know if I'd put it as one of the best books of this year. I mean, it was good, but I don't know, I just was not like falling over it. I wasn't like dying to get to it every night. So, but I did finish it, and you know, she's a good writer, very contemporary kind of love story, and it was fine. You know, I just realized that maybe I'm getting old, I don't know, but yeah, I'm getting old. But yeah, it was just not something that spoke to me. So I finished that. I am listening to Covenant of Water, and I really need to give you the author of that, but I cannot remember it. Hang on. Hold on. I have it here somewhere. The Covenant of Water by Abraham Vergas? Hope so, sorry. I'm also reading A Second Chance by Jodi Taylor, and that's a book that is part of a series of books. The Chronicles of St. Mary's is the series, and that's book number 3. I think there's 2 more. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to pick up the pace on reading. I'm very close. I've read like something like, hang on, I can tell you exactly where or how many books. I've read 45 books out of 52. So I think I can do it, but I kind of went into a reading slump. Like I didn't feel like reading for a while. So, and part of it was because I was just working a ton and my brain was dead at the end of the day. I was like, I don't want to read anything. So, but I feel like I'm gonna get back into it. So, I am trying to resist buying any new books, but I did kind of have a peek at to see what's out there. Mainly because I just have so many books, like physical books, that I need to read. So I'm gonna try to focus on those for a while. What else? Not much else going on. We watched most of season 3 of the Umbrella Academy, but I think we still have like 1 episode to watch, so we need to go back and do that. We might do that tonight, and then we'll see. I think what's that? Oh, the Crown is coming back on Netflix in November, so we'll definitely watch that. I love that show. So this is like supposed to be the final season, so we'll watch that. I'm trying to think. That's really it. All right, I got to 32 minutes. That's pretty good considering I had so little content. I probably won't vlog again until, well, I'm gonna try to do some vlogging while I'm in Washington and Alabama. If I go into any yarn stores, which I know I will, at least in Washington. I'm sure they have yarn stores in Alabama. But I don't know otherwise, like I won't have finished objects for a while, obviously. So, but I will kind of take you along on our trip if I can. I was juggling my coffee and my scone, or no, my coffee, my keys, and my phone, trying to record walking back from the coffee shop. And I was like, if this is how one-handed recording is going to go, it's not gonna happen. So, but we'll try, I'll try, we'll see. Maybe I'll have my husband film for me, so. Okay, well, I hope everyone is having just a wonderful October, and for those of you who are celebrating Halloween, enjoy the weekend, and I guess Tuesday is Halloween next week. I will talk to everyone later, and if you do want to follow me on Instagram and Ravelry, I am also Bobblehead Knits there. So, all right, thank you everybody for being here. Have a great rest of your week and happy knitting. Bye.